Honest game trailers Hi-Fi Rush. I wanted to play the game. I haven't played it yet. I heard a lot of people played it.
From the developers that brought you some of the most twisted and gory horror games comes a new IP
That's weird because the
that's
game...
about as far from horror as you can possibly get as you get into the groove with the unholy love child of Devil May Cry and DDR, Hi-Fi Rush. Discover the surprising world of Hi-Fi Rush as Tango Gameworks releases a new title basically out of thin air to general acclaim. That's some combination of Parappa the Rapper, Jet Set Radio, and Darksiders, with the animation of a DreamWorks film and a sense of humor that's less painful than sticking your eye in a blender.
Well, now she's number done.
What is it with you and these jokes? They're honestly terrible.
Allowing it to absolutely trounce a AAA title that happened to release at the same time, and putting Tango on the map for something other than making weird horror titles for Shinji Mikami enthusiasts, which is pretty great timing to say the least. Though that doesn't mean I wouldn't play a rhythm game with Sebastian and Joseph dancing with monsters to do a looper or whatever, if that brought him back for an Evil Within sequel.
There's always another day.
Pump up the overinflated ego of Chai,
I should try this.
a wannabe rocker,
Future rockstar.
Are you done?
with the IQ of a musical instrument, who, through comical misadventures, ends up with an MP3 player in his Iron Man core, and discovers that he has the power to make the world move to his rhythm.
Musical robot powers.
Then accidentally stumbles onto a massive corporate conspiracy, perpetrated by the very obviously evil company Vandalay, which is clearly just Amazon in like 5 years.
A new day of the week was added. Please note on this additional day of the week, working is mandatory.
Forcing him to protagonist his way into a motley crew of rebels to team up and take out the bosses and put a stop to their nefarious plans, one musical sequence at a time.
I should definitely try this
In
game.
a simple, straightforward narrative about corporate espionage that's only slightly complicated by everyone being an absolute lunatic. It's like they took a page from the Borderlands philosophy of character building. Just make them all cartoonishly insane and call it a day. Platform through the bustling dystopia of Hi-Fi Rush as you break up the rhythm action with digging around to make sure you don't finish the entire game in like an hour and a half. So get ready to do some light jumping in 2 and 3D, some extremely light puzzling, and do the occasional QuickTime event that you'll fumble your way through because you definitely weren't ready the first time. Or the second.
Oh my god.
In vibrant but
It's
ultimately
gonna be
passable
hard.
interstitial levels that you'll
what
find
she
yourself
said.
forgetting even as you complete them. This is fine and all, but I'm really here for the part where I beat robots to death with a guitar. Swing to the rhythm in Hi-Fi Rush's signature combat, where you'll literally beat off enemies in time to the music as you combo together heavy and light attacks while dodging and parrying in sync in battles that slowly ramp up the difficulty by adding special enemy types that can only be taken down by your summoned partner powers, all while trying to keep your combo score up as you mash the buttons like you are forced to take part in a middle school class concert, desperate to find some semblance of a beat as you're absolutely pummeled by lasers and swords from every angle. Then finally get your...
But how do you even smash the buttons there? Because I don't see on the screen anywhere where it tells you what button to smash.
Your piss poor results as you blame your controller, your latency, and literally every other thing than your terrible sense of rhythm. In gameplay that feels like you have to be literally made of cocaine to get the best rating, but that still makes it pretty fun to try. By the way, the score you get in this game directly correlates to how well you can dance. Hey look, I don't make the rules,
They'll
man.
tell you. Okay.
So turn up that hi-fi and rush those robots in a stylish, snappy game that took us all by surprise, that will remind you why you fell in love with games in the first place. But like all music games, comes down to the track list at the end of the day. To be fair, most of it is great, but I definitely feel conflicted about hearing a song by Zwan. Not because it's a bad song, but because it unlocked a memory that I buried deep in my psyche, along with every awkward school dance and unironically having frosted tips. Starring Gitaru Man, Luna P, Cyberfunk, Baritone, Snoo Snoo Revolution,
Characters and the
Macho
animation
Woman
is really
Rekka
beautiful.
Savage. Oh yeah! Holy is that a mother JoJo reference? Katy Perry, Furtissimo, Handsome Jack Offbeat, and Crab 3PO, Ratchet and Clank.
Oh man.
You know, honestly, I wish they would implement music into more games like this. I mean, could you imagine
Oh no.
Dark Souls set against a Smash Mouth soundtrack? That would be a new kind of sadistic, even for that series.
Oh no.
Tell us what you'd like to hear.
Or what I would like to see actually, this style of game without the music. An RPG like this. I would like to see that too, because I love the cartoonish style.
At the end of the
I
day,
really do.